Yeah, so as you see, we've come down to where the boat's normally parked, or where I keep my boat. We're going to go and have a look around the beach here. I don't expect to find much. We're going to be looking for Ormers and things, but we'll look around for other things, see what's going on. I really want to just see the tide go down. I mean, it's where it is now is kind of, this is like a nip tide would be, and there's almost 3 hours to go before it hits low. I actually got here a bit early. I got my time slightly wrong, so I thought it was 2 hours. It's actually 3, but it doesn't matter. Like I said, we'll go and look at other things. So first I need to get some gloves out. I've actually left my gloves behind, and I know that because I put them out to rinse them out yesterday, but luckily I've got some old boat ones here, and these will do. They're a bit knackered, but they'll save my fingers from getting shredded, unless, actually I might have some old, did I have some? No, I think I used them. I did have some old car ones in here, but no, I think I might use those already. So it looks like we're going to take these rubber ones with us. Better than nothing, put it that way. So this is a 10.2 metre tide, or high tide, roughly. This is where the high tide normally comes. When it's up, right up here, it'll go up almost to the road, or probably in the road. And we're going, I don't know if you can see straight out there, but that line of rocks that goes right out, we're heading all the way out there. And it's quite a long walk, but it's the place to go really. I mean, you can go anywhere around here, there's left, right, wherever, but I want to get out there because we pot out there. So it's always interesting seeing the ground I pot over and stuff. And I've been going there since I was a kid, so I know it really well as well, which always is a help. You kind of know where to go and look for things. This is also interesting how things have changed over the years. You can see here, you see these rocks coming up here. This is all normally covered by sand. You don't see this normally. The last few years though, the rocks have been coming up, which is actually damaging one of the boats down here. But this usually, like I say, is covered in sand. But we're losing the sand. I know one year they dug it out around the coast further around from the wall because it was blowing in the road and that. And it took away all the sand from that corner a bit further over. Disappeared where I used to fish. It dropped by at least 6 feet, and I'm pretty sure that it works its way around from here. We lose it from here. Every time they do that, this sand starts working its way down again. So yeah, it's interesting to see how things change, but wind direction and storms and that kind of thing make a difference. Plus we've lost a lot of Victorian sort of sea defences they used to have up, like these posts and things and coins they used to hold, like big boulders in these posts. They just let them go to rack and ruin. Of course, the old Victorians, they knew what they were doing with their beaches, I'll tell you that. And protecting the water. Now it just seems, oh, stick a wall up, that'll do it, but it's not always the way. It's like this, look. You've got walls like this. This was built, this was always probably maintained by the fishermen. It's starting to fall to bits. I mean, getting the rocks back up there, you need a digger kind of thing, but this protects this sort of harbour bit in here from the big storms. Somebody's mooring rope's broken and gone over the top by the looks of it. Yeah, somebody's going to need to come down and sort that out. Well, it ruins their mooring rope. They won't get their mooring rope out, it'll get jammed so tight in the boulders. But yeah, this pretty much is protection. But you can see a lot of the large rocks are falling off of it. Really, they need to be lifted back onto it again. But like I say, this is the way it is. Years ago the fishermen and that would have been on the case, but times have changed now. You don't get your old fishermen and that anymore. You get some obviously, but it's more sort of pleasure craft people these days. And this is some old anchor off some old ship. There's plenty of these around. There's actually one out when you go diving, but the one you see when you go diving it's only got like one side with a hook on, and that's why you don't see it. It looks like a reef under the water. It's all overgrown, but when you swim down you can see under it, this part here. But there's quite a few of them kicking around. I know there used to be more of them, but I think a few of them have been removed from the beaches or from the water, because like I said, there used to be a lot more of those around when I was a kid, sort of knocking around. I used to see them snorkeling. And you get things like that. You used to get a lot of these as well washing up. They're still there, but not as many. I don't think they're really that good to eat. They're pretty tough. I mean, if you cook them the right way, I suppose they'd be alright, but they are pretty tough. What you want is there's a white one, which is much nicer, I think, anyway. I mean, I have tried these, and I've tried the white ones, and the white ones are a lot easier to eat, say, not so tough. There's another type there. See that one? And that one, but there is like a long shell one, slightly oval shell one. That's white, and they're pretty good to eat. Another white one there. So you've got different ones. There's different varieties. But like I said, tide needs to go a long way out. Or a good time to find them is after a big storm in the winter. They get pushed up the beach. If you go down here, you'll find some that have rolled in. When I was a kid, I used to go around collecting up all these cockles and things, you know. Not all of them, just some of them. But like I said, when I was a kid, there used to be loads of them. You come down here and find what you look for is a little like lump in the sand. You just dig into it and it would have one of those cockles under it. Don't know if you can see in that hole down there, those sort of filter feeder things. I can't remember what they're called. Like frill wormy things. I can't get much closer because I'll have to go in the water and get wet feet again with these waders. But under there, down there. Pretty cool. Look at this, nice crop of sea lettuce. You fill your bag up here if you eat that kind of thing. So, do you think somebody's been through this bit here? Lifted everything? I think so. Probably yesterday by the looks of it. Would they have had much? Probably not. Like I say, this area here, I mean, I've been coming down here for God knows how many years, and it doesn't really hold many ormers here. You'll get the odd one or two, but I normally, most of the time, walk past this area because it's just not worth it. So just coming along here, there's one in here. It's only a small one. It's right in that crevice there. I don't know if you can actually make that out. Let me try and get my hook to show you. It's there. It's right there. But it's only a little one. I can see that, so I'm not even going to bother to try and hook it out, not even to look at. Like I say, the small ones will have thin shells, so you can easily break them. So as you can see here, this is one of the passages to get out here onto the rocks out there. There's two passages and one further over, so you get past this one, you've still got another one to get. Now, this is what you've got to watch when the tide comes in. At the moment it's going out. If you walk through that, you can walk through it up to your waist, but when it rushes through it can go really fast and it can actually knock you off your feet. And if that happens, you're going now. Well, today you're going that way. But yeah, you'll head out that way somewhere. So you're swimming basically. A friend almost went years ago. He fell, I managed to grab the back of his jacket so he didn't go off, and he struggled to get his feet back underneath him with the tide. We left it a little bit late that time. A little bit late, but we got it back all right. So today we're probably going to be doing more cricking than actually lifting rocks. Cricking is looking in crevices basically. They call it cricks and cricking, which is using this into the rock to get the ormers and things out. The trouble is, you see a lot of people, they like to lift the rocks. I mean, we do it as well. Lift the rocks. It's kind of easier in a kind of strange way. A lot of the older generation obviously use the hook, get in the hole. I mean, this is a bit more of an art to get the ormers out of the hole, or to be able to feel the ormers in the hole. And I mean, I've been doing it for a long, long time, but I'm no expert, even after all these years. You get some of these old boys, they get their hook, they go and hold on it, ormer comes out, another one's coming out, and you're just like, crazy, you know, how they can feel it. My mother was like that. She used to be an absolute expert with the hook, you know, but obviously because she probably learned how to use the hook because she wasn't lifting rocks all the time. So, but anyway, when a lot of people have been, they turn a lot of rocks, they move on, but a lot of people don't pay attention to a lot of the crevices or cricks. So we'll probably be doing more of that today, I would have thought, because a lot has been turned. I mean, everything's been turned. Even in, like I say, areas where you wouldn't expect to see rocks turned, they're turned. So, it's the fine weather, you see, it brings out people. When the weather's bad, you don't get so many people, obviously. Right, well, we should be able to get across very soon. Like I say, we'll wait. Look at that tiny little brown crab. You never know, one day you might grow into an 8-pound crab. See you later, buddy. And this is the second channel. And again, because it's shingly, depth of water varies. Safest bet is over this side. Sometimes it's here, sometimes it's there, the lowest part, or the shallowest part, should I say. But sometimes it can be incredibly deep here, and even when you think you can get across, you can't. So other times you'll just be up to your knees. Today I think we're going to be deeper than our knees. So I know the rocks over there and they're still covered, which means that it's probably at least 4 feet deep. 3 to 4, something like that. We'll take a walk. Now we're good, we're good. Okay, good year for walking across there then. Like I say, some years you'd be up to your neck by the time you got to the middle or to the edge of these rocks. Again, you can see everything's turned, all white. You don't tend to find many in here. Like I say, today, cricks is what we're looking for, or crevices. Just found one here, but I think it might be just under. Get my hook to take it off. Some of these have been lifted, but that one was back, so there's always a chance that you get arms under them again. Probably going to be under, I would have thought. No, it is actually size. That's a legal one. Okay, not back. Oh well, we'll have a look around here a little bit. Now earlier on I was talking about cricks. I'm just walking past here looking around. You see all the rocks are turned where somebody's been. And if you look here in this crick or this crevice, you'll see a nice big ormer there. And you'll see a small one next to it. Now we're going to hook the big one out. Then we're going to have a look around a bit more around these cricks. See if there's any more. I can get the hook in there. Yeah, we can get the hook in there. I say big, it's not actually that big at all, but it might be size. Yeah, it is size. So that's legal. Okay. I say we'll do the same again. We'll take ones that are legal. We'll sort them out at the end of the trip. Put back anything that is size. If we've got any big stuff, we'll keep that, and that little one I won't bother touching in there. Let's have a quick scout around these. Right, I think I'm going to skip this spot, you know. I know I can probably get some of the tigers a bit lower, but I'm going to head back to a possible place. It's a bit of a gamble, but there is an area which might have been overlooked. It sometimes does get overlooked, so I'm going to head that way while the tide's still dropping. There we go, nice big Congers just come out of a hole here. Now is the lobster in there?
Well, yeah. There's a little one.
Yeah.
Too small though, I think.
Yeah. Oh no, I don't know though. It's close.
It's not worth it. Let's go back in. Okay.
That's why you got to be careful sticking your hand in holes. You see some people ramming their hands in these holes.
My dad is one of those.
Yeah. One day you get come unstuck.
He's been caught by a conger.
Yeah.
Come on, go back in. Forward, not backwards. You might go backwards.
Do you want me to grab him? I've got gloves on.
You don't get to grab it.
Yeah, good. Off you go, in you go. Right, he's back in pretty much. Yeah, I think out the back there, it's all turned, eh? I mean, even like pebbles are turned this tree. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm moving over that way now, because it's no point.
Wherever you go.
You'll get a few ormers on the very low in the cricks, but I'm not going to wait for it to. Oh well, good luck. Well, that mark I was saying that might get overlooked, it's got 3 people in it. But we can still look. There's plenty of area here. Just spotted one in a hole. right here, look. Right there. Big one too. Nice one. Look at that one.
Oh, yeah.
Just shows that you get a nice stone, and I think this one's probably been, yeah, that feels like it's been lifted, that one. That looks like a cockle. No, there's a razor there. So if you had your salt or your shovel, you could dig up. There's a lot. Oh no, that is a mooring. I was going to say, I thought it was a lost one for a minute. That looks like a razor there as well. Yeah, there they are. They're all round here. There you go. Well, that's actually a cockle, that one. Put that one out. There you go. Checking out to see a bit further. Razor shell. Oh, there's loads. I say, if you had you could dig loads of razors here today. It's that kind of tide. Or use salt. The trouble is you've got a lot of water running down still. You really need to wait till the dead of the tide. That looks like a cockle over there as well. Let's go and have a look. Is that one? Yeah, there's one there. Those ones are quite good to eat. That's the oval ones I was talking about. And where did I see that other one? Have I walked past it? Oh no, there it is, right there. Another one. Easy food if you want it. I say with a tide like this, going out this far. Right, let's go over here. One there, almost didn't see it. Might be a bit small. Yeah, I mean it's bang on the size, but I'm not going to take it. Don't let that one go. Rock back, pop the Ormer back, all's good. Right. I think we need to move position a bit. Baby one. There's one. I think it's too small though. Take it off. Knock back. Let's have a look. Yeah, that one's too small. There's a conger under there, a little baby one, and an Ormer. A baby one again. I'm going to leave that as it is. Yeah, another baby conger. What's it, baby? This must be kindergarten for congers. Now there's a proper size squat lobster. Look at that. That's a proper size one. You do get them bigger though. So there is one that's got like electric blue lines you get on it. It's really incredible when you see them. I haven't seen one for a while. Another one there, squat lobster. Another big one. There. Check this out. It's gonna be the smallest lobster ever. Check that out. Don't worry about that. Look at that. Tiniest lobster ever. That's amazing. Wow, look at that, another find. Huge scorpion fish. Pick him up, have a look at him. Look at this. Big scorpion. Look at that absolute beauty. Rocks are falling apart here. Look at that. There's a baby ormer under that rock. There's a gully right over there, but damn it, I'm going to have to run all the way over there. So I did find some there last year. So I went round the back, and I might have said on this camera, just so I got round there, my battery died. I was going to go to a gully. When I got to the gully, I got 4 ormers out of it, and I also found what I was looking for. I was trying to tell you about these electric blue spot lobsters. There's one there, look. Absolute beauty that is. The blues and oranges on it. Right, I've just actually seen another ormer. I'll show you in a sec. I'm just going to need to change the battery in this camera quickly, because I can get that stone off of there. Okay. It was just, I'm going to need my hook actually. It was just, it says just, gets where he saw it, just there, and it is an absolute giant of an ormer. Check that out. Looks like a bit of the rock, and you can see the foot, I'm sure. So I'll pick that one out. This is a really old one. About as big as they get. Look at that. Look at the colour of that shell. It's pink. So that is a grandpappy. Absolute giant. So let's get going. We haven't got much time. Put around my bag already. This spot's okay here, but it's not great. You will find some. There's not much point spending too much time here. There's a lot of no rocks as well. Oh, this isn't good, I don't think. Yeah, so we did come across some lobsters. It looked like somebody's had a go at one, because I saw its claw broken. And there's another little baby one as well. But sometimes places like this you can find ormers as well under small stones if there's a big enough one for one to stick to. I want to go around this way because this is where I used to go when I was a kid around here a lot. I used to find stuff. And these are kind of lobster holes when they're not full of little stones. But the lobsters are what clear the stones out quite often from those sort of places. Lovely crevices around here. I did have a nice big lobster up here once, many years ago though. And this is the place where I found those ormers. There must have been about 7 or 8 young ones, really. Shit, I missed any stones that are out here. Nice, nice, nice. What's that rope go to? Huh? That's odd. There's no bobber, but there's a rope. Let me see. There's crab pots, but there's no markers. I wonder if they've been lost. This has definitely been washed in. Look at the state of it. There's an Ormer. Nice one too. Well, that was a huge three-bearded rockling. Four. Now I'm going nuts. Five-bearded rockling is what I'm trying to say. There is a three-bearded one as well, but it's got bright orange colour as opposed to the brown one. If I can move this, I doubt it. Yeah, I doubt that. Yeah, you see the pot's gone here. That's been knifed. Unless that's not the bobbers, eh? That could, no, it's not. Or is it? No, actually, that is the. Oh, okay, I see what's going on. This is obviously washed in. Somebody sliced off the bobber, leaving the pots here. That's not very nice. That's a lobster hole over there. Let's go and see if we've got a lobster in it. Let us have a look. There is a lobster in there, I can see it. See if we can get the lobster out. Then again, that could be size. Look at that. One lobster. You know, that probably is size. But anyway, it was nice to see you, Mr. Lobster. Or Mrs. Lobster. What are you? Mr. Lobster. Mr. Lobster. And we're going to put you back. There you go. Go back in your hole. We'll see you in the summer. Right. Oh, I've got so much water in my boot now. It's horrible. Right, let's keep moving. We were making our way back. That's what we were doing. Right, I'm going to go over here. And I am going to gauge all my Ormers again, throw back anything small, and start making my way back. There we go, 18 Ormers. Plus we found that lobster, plus we saw Congers. We saw lots of Congers in fact. We saw the squat lobster I wanted to show you with the electric blue. That was really nice to find. Like I say, I don't find them that often, but I know they're there. It's been a very eventful couple of days actually. Sea cucumbers, Ormers, lobsters. Anyway, I'm going to make my way back up the beach now. So, Shakespeare waders. 2 trips, aren't they great? Absolute garbage.